It's your girl, Simona Lisa, the comedian. And this topic I have today, you all, is hot. We need to talk about it. I wish my co hosts were here to help me, but as you know, the show must go on. So, again, I'm your girl, Simona Lisa, the comedian. And today we have to talk about why we cannot come together as families to get these children in order. I recently volunteered. You may know me from the video that I have, the viral video where I went up to my daughter's school because the teacher gave me a call. I was not the only parent they called. I was the only parent that went up there and stood on business. Instead of being in class, teacher keep calling me. No worries, I'm up here. Up here, waiting on her. She about to introduce me to. She said she coming in. You in the video. It's cool. She about to introduce me to all her friends. Dynamite. I said Jerome's in the house. I bet she won't let them teachers call me again. Come on, Maya, let's go meet your friends. Look at my baby right here, y'all. She's so pretty. I'm so happy your teacher called me because I ain't had nothing else better to do but to be here with you on today. Let's go meet everybody. Show me around, boo. Where are our friends at? Come on, Maya, show me around. Don't leave me, boo. Don't leave me, boo. Where we going? I ain't even put no lip gloss on. I ain't even put no lip gloss on. You keep having them teachers. Girl, don't look at me right now. The teacher called me, so I had to ugly myself up and come up here. This is my baby right here, y'all. Let's make a TikTok for the gram. Ain't that what you be doing? Instead of doing your work? That's why your teacher called me today, but I'm here. Where we gonna go, boo? What we about to learn? You ready? Let's go. You about to creep on now. Hey, record her. Somebody record her.
I want to get in there. I want to get in there. No.
Let's do it. Come on, Maya. Don't let that teacher call me no doggone more. I'm going to come worse than this next time. That's something that we all need to start doing because as I volunteer at my children's school, I see more and more children that are just falling by the wayside or just flat out of order. They're just out of order. They need guidance. They need parenting. They need us as a community, us as a village. Because these children that are lacking discipline, that are lacking guidance and proper upbringing, they're our future. They're our future doctors, our future lawyers, our future just pharmacists, anything. And imagine them adulting wrong. The consequences it may cause. Imagine the wait times we're going to have to wait while they're back there lollygagging and TikToking instead of making sure that they're seeing patients, the doctors and the nurses that are coming up. So, y'all, we have to do better at raising these children. They're just our future society, the future of what we're going to see walking the streets. And it ain't looking good. It was a recent video where the young man asked a few younger children or younger youth, teenagers, to tell what time it was. He had a regular clock, and it had the hour and the hour hand and the minute hand. They didn't know. They were confused. Couldn't even tell time. So I'm just saying we're falling by the wayside somewhere. And I've watched social media for years, and all that we've done is come up with 3 solid problems. I'm going to come with the most 3 solid problems that we've come up with. The first one being the man. I'm not just talking about the white man. I'm talking about the system, the man. That was one of the reasons why our families are being torn apart. Co-parenting isn't happening. That was one of the reasons. We're going to touch on all 3, but I'm touching on the 3 because I want y'all to know these are not my reasons. These are reasons that I've observed while watching social media. The second one, which I don't even know how y'all can tune y'all lips to say it, single mothers. Yeah, you know we're going to talk about that. Because I have been one, and I have also done the route where you get married and have the children. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. And then the other one is we blaming fathers. We've been blaming the man and fathers for a while. This blaming single mothers is kind of new, and I can see where it came about because like I said, over watching social media throughout these years, I saw one mother who got mad. She also went viral. Got mad at her son after 22 years because he wanted to reach out to his father. And after reaching out to his father, then found out that he was actually being kept from a good father. And that was one of the things he talked about with his mother. He said, Ma, it's one thing if you kept me from someone who was going to harm me, someone who wasn't going to do me any good. It's a whole nother thing if you kept me from love. And she did just that. And she had no remorse. And her attitude was, if you want a relationship with him, I don't want a relationship with you. That hurt. And that was sad. But we're going to talk about it. We're going to touch into all of them. And I'll get the links for you guys if you want to see any of those videos. But listen, let's start with the system, the man. Because a lot of mothers to this day don't know about TANF. I don't know what it's called in other states, but here in Michigan it's called TANF. T as in Tom, A as in Apple, N as in Nancy, F as in Frank. Temporary assistance for needy families. Let me tell y'all what TANF does and how it contributes to tearing apart families. With TANF, you're a single parent, mother or father, and you decide that you want assistance from the state. The state agrees on a set amount. I know it's $300 or less. That's how much it used to be. I don't know how much it is now. I'll look into it. But you agree on an amount, again, we'll say under $400 a month per child. And they're saying that they're going to give you this every month, and they're going to get child support from the absent parent. And it doesn't matter, this is the part you don't read, this is the fine print. It doesn't matter what amount they are receiving in child support from that absent parent, they're only going to give you the set amount each month. And I understand, if you don't believe that other parent is ever going to parent, is ever going to step up and be worth more than the $300 or $400 a month that you're getting from the state, I can understand how that makes sense. I'm also questioning, why did you even have a child by that person that you don't believe can offer you any more than this amount of assistance? That's less than $100 a month if you're only getting the 3. But you believe that's all that they can give you or less, so you take this deal for $300 to $400 a month, and that's it. Now, let me tell you where the breakdown has come from, because I remember back in the day, uncles and cousins heated because they get that chisup being taken out their check. And the mother, she's like, well, you should do more. It's only $300. No, that's all you're getting. They're getting taken 80% of their check almost. They're getting the max removed from their check. $1,200 a week if they make that much. $500 a week, $2,000 a month. This is just all that they agreed to give you, and you signed that paperwork. You signed it over for $300, and now you're upset. They're upset because now they're giving you so much money that they can barely afford to maintain and or spend time with that child, because now they have to work more hours just to make ends meet for themselves. Is it making sense? You see where the breakdown coming? You see where the divide is coming from? Now, you want more help. So, of course, now you're mad. You're mad because they're working more, so they should be able to do more. But guess what happens? They get a 6-month review. Every 6 months, the more they make, the more the man takes. So now they're doomed. They're like, oh my God, the more I work, the more they take, the less time I can spend with my child, the more upset she's getting, or he, because like I said, times have changed, and I have actually been a mother put on child support with joint custody. So yeah, it can happen, but we'll talk about that on another episode. I don't want to get sidetracked off us helping our youth. So I can understand how that can be a breakdown or something that breaks apart a family. But a lot of you don't know that you can still receive assistance while saying, I get help from the Father. Or even saying the Father lives here. Don't let them tell you that you won't be able to receive any assistance. As long as you and him together, your income does not exceed the numbers, does not exceed the budget for your family, they'll give you some assistance. And you don't have to put them on child support, or you don't have to deal with the TANF. So, that has been a problem, and I'm not going to lie, that is a very big problem. And it's not just for the black race, it's more so in the black race, but it's a problem for all races, that TANF, because it's available to us all. So I can agree that that's a problem. Again, we need to agree to disagree as far as what's the problem so that we can move forward. Now, knowing this, hopefully this education can stop women from allowing this form of, this is abuse, financial abuse, to stop it. Just, it's not worth it. It's not. For $300, maybe $400 a month. Now, do you see, just imagine if the shoe was on the other foot and if it was you. No matter how much you worked, you could not get ahead. No matter how many jobs you had, they found it. They found the extra money and took it. Can you imagine? So now that we know better, let's do better. Whew, now this second one. I saw recently, a few posts actually, where men were saying and or blaming single mothers for a lot of what's wrong with our youth. From them being homosexual, from them being thugs, or them being thieves, just the complete downfall of our black man and of our children, period, has now being contributed to single mothers. I know it has happened, but I don't know many situations where women were like, oh, I know he's going to be a deadbeat dad, I just want to have his baby anyway. Don't normally happen. We normally believe that we're going to have a family. We normally believe that this baby is our missing link to this happy family. But in those situations where that is not the belief, do you really want to fault the mother for making that hard decision to say, I'll take this road alone? Even if the father want to bail out, even if he does not want the child, I'll take this road alone. My firstborn child, his father asked for him. Told me, I want a son. Somewhere along them 9 months, he changed his mind. He had every right to do it. Throughout the course of the 18 years, he changed it often. You know, he came back, he left, he came back. Okay, that's fine. You have the right to do that. But do you really want to? I would be devastated if my son faulted me for saying your life was worth it. I decided to keep you despite the naysayers or despite what your father wanted. I decided to keep you. My son is an amazing young man. I'm thankful that I had him, just like most of our women are very thankful. So I would not necessarily ever blame a woman. Now, as far as that TANF is concerned, it does put you in a situation to where you may want to make a choice. You may want help. But I still would not fault women for, come on now, breaking up the families. A lot of times it be the women, especially now in 2023 in this day and age, it's the women that's holding on. And the men that are walking away, which is my next topic that we're going to talk about in a moment. But it's more so women trying to hold the families together, or women trying to be the glue and keep things flowing and keep things afloat. But at the point in time, everyone knows the saying, when a man don't want to be kept, not even a baby is going to keep him. There's nothing that's going to keep a man that does not want to stay in that situation. And I know y'all know how anatomy works, but once you get so far along, you can't change your mind. The decision is made. So what do we say now? Oh, you should have gave that child up for adoption. Is that what we're saying? What are we saying? Which I don't believe that's any better. Because a lot of what goes into, and I'm not going to say to those women who made that decision that you made the wrong decision, but I'm saying for those who decided to keep their children, that was the right decision. Because the number one thing that helps me in raising my children is the fact that I know them. Because I knew their parents. I know myself. I know their father. So I know them. So a lot of what they try to get away with, a lot of the things that they try to do, I'm one step ahead of them. Because I know them, so I know what they're capable of and more. So that it's been helping me. And I believe that I'm doing a successful job as a single mother. I have 7 children. Out of my 7, I have 4 older young men who've all graduated, 3 with honors. My one son who did not graduate with honor got hit by a car. He took some time out of school, which he graduated on time, but it affected his grades. So I think I did good. I'm going to pat myself on the back. 4 out of 4 that was supposed to walk, they walked. Whew. Now the next one we're going to get into after this quick little moment that I want to tell y'all about. Now, we do Heard in the D. And on Heard in the D, I want to broadcast and shine a light on a lot of our stylists. So stylists, our boutiques and our different clothing lines that we have here in Detroit. So starting our next episode, you will see who's styling me. Right now it's Fashion Nova. I just threw something on real quick because I want to talk about this. But moving forward, if you are a stylist and you would like your clothes shown on our podcast, tap in, comment below. Let us know how we can get some of your styles on our show. You put that information on the website on YouTube, Heard in the D, so that we can get your clothes on our next episode. Now, the third problem that I want to talk about, the problem that has been identified by you all through social media, through things that I've seen, it is fathers. It's fathers not being dependable. I'm going to say that because I hear you guys when you say it's not your choice, she forced you out, you have to fight to see your child. I hear and I understand all of that. But do you all watch the news or watch social media? It's dangerous. It's really dangerous. I saw a video, again, I'll find the links, and a young lady was involved with a young man that was in the military. Well, she got pregnant. He did not want the child. He made that known. She decided to keep the child. She then provided him with a DNA test to let him know that he was the father of her child. He asked her to not let his officers know, his commanding officers, and that he would take care of the baby. He would help her and, they would co-parent. Well, the first time that he had access to the child, he beat the child. Called CPS and said that she beat the child and that's how the child was given to him. So she had, of course, emergency hearing. They gave him the child. He had paternity tests. It's his child. So while she's fighting through court to get visitation and custody of her child back, he kills the child. He unalives. I'm sorry, I know we don't like to use that K word. He unalives the child. That's all I can say to that. So I do understand mothers that protect their children. I do understand that. Keep your children safe by any means. But at the same time, when you're saying that this man that you know, that you've laid down with and that you've had a child with may be a danger to your child, you cannot, on the other end, have random men in and out your life and involved with your child. Because then you defeating the purpose. Because I've also seen that happen, where it was the boyfriend or the spouse that caused harm to the child. So we are, as women, afraid. And it's not our jobs to protect that child. But what would make a woman more at ease, women, is if you let that man bond with that child. Because I've seen it. And I know for a fact that men can have that bond and they can have that love, but it starts early. It don't start when you feel like it. It don't start when your child old enough to talk. It starts at the doctor's appointments that you don't inform him of. It starts at the birth of the child and cutting the cord that you didn't let him be a part of. So make sure that we're allowing space for a bond to grow and not just room for fear and doubt. If you've never allowed that man a space to grow a relationship with that child, can you blame him for walking away? Or can you blame him for walking away being easy? Don't get me wrong. I've known fathers who've gone the road. Personally, I know men who have gone the route. They've gone to doctor's appointments. They lived together with the mother during the pregnancy. They cut the cord, signed the birth certificate, got mad at the mother because in this particular instance, he got caught cheating, left those kids like he never had them, like he never knew them, like he never, years, 10, 20 years, like he never knew them. And he's content. Some people, they're sick like that. I don't know, me as a mother, I could never. But some men have that sickness, and you need to allow them to be sick over there. Don't force it. This was a situation where she was forcing it, and it's no one's fault. Well, he is. It's not her fault. But it was a forced situation. She wanted her child to have a father. Sometimes they want to walk away, and sometimes we have to let them. But one thing I know about the children and the men who actually care, and your children know that you care, and your children know that you love them, no one can keep that child away from you. No one. Not even the mother. You want to know why? Even with Kanye West and his daughter, North. He states on an interview, my daughter did things to make sure she sees me. My daughter did, he says it, my daughter did this to see me, to be here with me. These children won't fall out with the mothers because no one's going to catch them. Imagine falling out with your mama and then boom, you flat on your face. Your daddy didn't catch you. And a lot of these men take that stance. I've heard men tell their children, she's all you have. Not we're all you have, but she's all you have. I'm going to do what I want. Your mother does what she has to do. So men, be that backbone. And I promise you, your children will fall and wait on you to catch them. Catch them. And they will come. Won't nobody be able to stop them. They can put their feet down and say, I want my daddy. Kids can't do that now because you put your foot down, I want my daddy. You be sitting on the stoop, waiting on him to come back with the milk or the bread. He ain't coming. He is not coming. And too often, children have, I want my daddy. They acted out, showed their butts, and then he did not come. Whose fault is that, man? Because I know y'all think us women have all the power. We don't. It's these children that we love. They hold the power. The problem is, y'all don't be there to catch them. Y'all don't be dependable. And they can't trust you. And it's not just off of what they were taught by their mother. It's off of what you showed them. Because every child, 9 out of 10 of them at least, have tried it. Knowing that they have a father out there that they believe loves them and wants them, they've tried it. They've tried to rebel. They've tried to act out, lash out so that they can go be with their father. But you don't have a place for them to go be with you at. A lot of you don't have homes, stability. And again, it's due to problem number 1. So just off me addressing all 3 problems here right now, I see why we can't agree to disagree. All 3 of these things are the problem. Together, collectively. All 3 of them at one point or another. All 3 is never just the one. It's 2. It's just which 2 are playing a part this time. It's 1 or 2 in each of them. So, y'all, we have to just stop arguing. We have to just stop pointing the finger and figure out how can we fix it. We got to have neutral grounds. Can it be school? Can it be recitals? We need neutral ground to where we can co-parent with these children because they are failing. They are failing, and I'm not just talking about grades. I'm talking about life. If technology shut down and they couldn't go to a smartphone, they'd be dumb. Even with the smartphone, some of them still are not achieving. We doing something wrong. I even asked my children, I said, why do you think these children are so out of order? My baby girl said discipline, lack of discipline. I wanted to get a belt and whoop her. No. And I can't argue with her. It is. Women are not generally the disciplinary action. We're not that. We don't play that role. We're the loving and the caring, and it's hard to be both. It's hard to beat your kid and then be like, "Oh, baby, come here, let me hold you." We normally be like, "I'm gonna call your daddy," and that's one thing I'm not gonna take that from my oldest son's father, the young man I spoke about when I started. I could call him for that. I can call him like, "Your son acting up in school," and he would come. He would. And whoop him. Or discipline him. Put the foot down. Because I was soft. So we can agree on that much. He was the disciplinary figure, and that's probably why my son is at least a little well-rounded when it comes to that. He has that fear that his father is going to come and put the smack down, the hammer of Thor, whatever you want to call it. So men are important. Very, very important. Now, this new narrative that y'all have going around, I don't necessarily agree with. And it kind of started here recently. Like, I've been seeing about it over the last 3-6 months maybe. Where we're saying that if a man has not maintained a healthy family with any of his previous baby mothers, he's not a good man. Or he's not a good husband. He needs to go and work on one of those past relationships. I disagree with that, because a lot of times you know that it's not going to work. And I would be lying if I said that having that extra fixture doesn't change a woman. Just like getting that ring and being married, it changes you. Having that baby and knowing that you're solidified and you're not going anywhere, sometimes it changes you. And what I'm starting to see more so, parents after child support, after the child is 18 and grown, they're getting along. Luckily, they co-parenting as grandparents. I'm guilty as well. But it didn't too much help the child. Like my son is even shocked at how me and his father just recently went in and bought my grandchildren a stroller because they needed a double carrier because they have 2 small babies. One is 1 and one is 2 months. So we went in and bought a $300, I call it the Bentley of strollers, the Lexus of strollers. We went in and bought a stroller for them, a double stroller. So, and it knows more than 300 actually. That's why I employed his help. Okay. But we're able to co-grandparent better than we were able to co-parent. And that's because everything is removed now. There is no child support. There is no young child to fight over. So we're friends now. We're cool. And I'm not the only one. I see a lot of my friends now that are in their mid to late 40s. Children are grown. Them and their baby mamas be hanging out, or them and their kids' fathers be hanging out and having the best life. Because what y'all got to fight over now? Y'all were friends before the baby came. It's just all of the legalities and the technicalities of child support and legal stuff and court and child, and just the bickering between the power over the child caused the rift, caused the problems and the fighting. We have to figure out how we are going to move forward in raising these children without fail. Like, we can't afford to keep failing. Like, it should be co-parent or co-parent. That's it. Like, find a way. If it can happen, make it happen. And again, look into that TANF in your state and make sure that it's not there. Now, one of the things, since I let y'all know about all the problems, here's one of my solutions. It works for me. Make sure you know your children's parents. And that includes yourself. This new look of mine, the natural at 43, this was hard. Do y'all know how hard it was to just look at me and accept me and love me without the makeup and the lashes and the long fake hair? And a lot of you have yet to do that. A lot of you have yet to look within and love that person and get to know that person. Trust me, it'll make parenting a lot easier, because even the things that I see in my daughter is me. I'm able to look within myself and know, this me. I'm raising me. I have the opportunity to raise myself. My mother got what she wished. I'm raising myself at this point. The same as know the Father. actually get to know him. Don't just be so in love with the newness of everything, or the love and the relationship, or excuse my French, don't just get digmatized. Get to know him, because that he's in that child, and it's going to come out. It's going to come out. That's why a lot of mothers dislike their children, because they dislike the man they made them with. So again, I'm Simona Lisa. Hopefully we can come up with a solution for 2024.